Birthday hour, birthday hour shy, birthday hour, birthday hour shy, birthday hour, birthday hour shy. Call Elohim Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Recall qadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, which are a great millstone. Peace and blessings to the sincere Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity, and diligently putting up videos up throughout the week, feeding the sheep. This is McQuad from the Trump in the VA camp, and I'm going to get right into it. So it says, Biblical Hebrew is the mother of all languages, before and after the Tower of Babel. Now, we already knew that the Hebrew was the first language. We already knew that. That's why Yahweh Shai speak it, and that's why Moses speak it. And obviously, which comes gonna speak it as well? Adam and Eve. Okay. So right here they got down Zephaniah 3:9. And you go to Zephaniah 3:9, it says, For then I will turn to the people a pure language. And you go into that word pure, it means chosen, tahar, chosen, select, chosen, the elect, cleanse. And that's the lashawan qadash. Okay. What we call today the lashawan qadash. And what they called it back then. Not to be confusing with the things they call it right here. Borar. Borar. That's what the Jews made up, the fake Jews. They made up this garbage you see right there. The fake Jews made that garbage up. But it says that they may call upon the name of Yahweh to serve him with one consent. So Yahweh Shem Yahshai, he gave us a pure language, the language of the angels, to call upon him and to serve him. Okay, because when Yahweh Shai was in the spirit world and on earth, he spoke the lashawan qadash. Now you got Salaki, you got Paul. He spoke all languages because he had the gift of tongues. So when Yahweh Shai came to him, what language did he speak to him? Hebrew. He could have spoke anything. He could have spoke the Greek. He could have spoke Ham. He could have spoke any language to him at the time. But he decided to speak to him in the Lashawan Kadash. Matter of fact. See, this is Acts. Acts 26 and 14. And when we were all fallen to the earth, I heard a voice speaking unto me and saying in the Hebrew tongue. So Yahweh Shai is coming to basically uh enlighten Paul. Okay. And he chose the Hebrew tongue. As you see, it says Saul, Saul. So he's speaking all this in the Lashawan Kadash. Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks. And I said, Who art thou, Lord? And he said, I am Yahushai, whom thou persecutest. So he spoke to him in the Lashawan Kadash. So he said, My name is Yahushai. Okay. Now they went out of their way in the scripts to write down he said to him in the Hebrew. Okay. Now, when you look at it says right here clearly, it says Jesus, but Jesus in Hebrew. Okay. So what did he tell him his name was, and why did he tell him that name? Why didn't he say his name was Jesus? Why he tell him his name was Yahweh Shai? But the Christians, they don't think about stuff like that. But I'm gonna go back over here. It says the Bible teaches that all humans originally spoke the same language. And you got Genesis 11:1. It says everyone on earth had the same language and the same words. Now we know that before the Tower of Babel, everybody, all the trees, which is all the other nations, the serpent, and you had Adam's and the Eves when they all came out of the garden. At that time period, they all spoke that one language. Let me see. It says modern linguists have speculated that a single language that is the predecessor of all other human languages. Dr. Isaac E. Mozian's life work has been to document that this original language, the one first spoken in the Garden of Eden, is the source for all the world's languages. And we already know that everything comes from the lashawan qadash. That's why that's the pure language, the first language that don't come from anything. That's just the first language. And you got the Greek, the Latin, all these other languages stem from the Hebrew. It says he named this proto-human language eugenics for its connection to the Garden of Eden. Not surprisingly, Edenics is very similar to biblical Hebrew. Now, like I said, we already know that biblical Hebrew is the Greek. Is the German mixed with the Hebrew. We know that already, and they are, I guess, somewhat similar because it got forms of the Hebrew in it, but they mixed it with the German. We already know that. Let me see. It says Yebona and held in Jerusalem last week. Their their session was called "How the 70 Nations Were Speakers of Hidden Hebrew." Approximately 70 people attended the live seminar. More than 400 others have watched the live video. So you had this guy. He did his studies and his research, and he based it all around languages that connect to the Hebrew, which the spirit got on him to look back into where all languages come from, and then he realized that all the other languages got forms of Hebrew in it. Let me see. He goes into it down here somewhere. Here it is. So he has written, but Kesh in Hebrew means to request or beg. This is similar to the English word beseech. Now, if I'm not mistaken, he's trying to say Baba Kasha, if I'm not mistaken. It says Dargah is the Hebrew word for a step or graduation. Now, these are not actual Hebrew words. These are Yiddish. Keep in mind. It says this is similar to the English word degree, which we know that means downgrade. Or tikkun means to fix or repair in Hebrew. In English, tinker has a similar meaning, and does the related word technology. It says this is a small window into applications of Edenics. It says uses to support his claim that all languages are sourced back to the original Hebrew language. We already know that. But this is just a little breadcrumb Yahweh Shimi Ashad throws out there. Because occasionally Yahweh Shimi Ashad throws out little breadcrumbs to confirm the truth, which we already believe and know. The Hebrew, the lashawan qadash, is the mother of all languages. It's the first language. Uh, you got people coming out saying UFOs are real, but we already believed and knew that. You got people that come out to say they found Moses' ark. You got people that come out to say they found Sodom and Gomorrah. Basically, little breadcrumbs to prove that the truth is the truth. But we already know that and believe it. We didn't need physical evidence outside of the truth. We didn't really need it because we got faith. Okay, we didn't really need it. The Wadi Habashimi outside of that. But that's really wanted to bring out real quick. This I thought it was cool. But with that, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Rakal, Kadash, double honor to the apostles and elders, which are a great millstone. Peace and blessing to the sincere Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity, and diligently putting up videos throughout the week, feeding the sheep. Shalom.